they're politically quite different. Opposition to the United States has not been in the name of a more progressive alternative. If a generation ago opposition to American policy entailed supporting struggles for liberation considered progressive, today opposition to American policy in and of itself is all too frequently deemed anti-hegemonic. This is in part, and this is not intended as a defense of American policy. This is in part an unfortunate legacy of the dualistic worldview associated with the Cold War and its category of camps. This spatial, essentially dualistic worldview helped eradicate from memory the experience of an earlier epoch which showed that opposition to an imperial power is not necessarily progressive. There were fascist anti-imperialisms as well. This distinction became blurred during the Cold War, in part because the USSR aligned itself with authoritarian regimes, for example in the Middle East, which had little in common with socialist and communist movements, and indeed frequently sought to liquidate their own left. Nevertheless, although older forms of anti-imperialism may have been skewed by Cold War dualities, they did remain bound to the general idea of progressive change. A common feature of the newer, contemporary anti-imperialism has been a reified conflation of the abstract global domination of capital with the United States, or at times the United States and Israel. Although the Bush administration was utterly disastrous, and many Israeli policies have been deeply destructive, this conflation recapitulates an ideology of 100 years ago in which the subject positions occupied today by the United States and Israel were occupied by Britain and the Jews.